How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham. You're about to see some really scary videos. So hit that subscribe button and get ready for more creepy content. Just like this. Our first clip comes from the TikTok account f.paranormally. It shows some home security footage of a kitchen where something strange happens. Some viewers have asked the question, is this a real ghost attack caught on camera? Take a look. As you can see, it appears something inexplicable happens to this poor unsuspecting homeowner. Breaking the clip down, we first see the chair move, seemingly all on its own. Then the homeowner appears to be grabbed by some unseen force. While on face value this appears to be something straight out of a horror movie, a few viewers have pointed out a few telling details that may prove this is all a hoax. When the man first walks to the table, keep an eye on his right hand. You can see he grabs something that looks like string. He makes a few tugging actions, then the chair miraculously moves. It's then a matter of falling over and lifting your leg in a way that looks as though you're being pulled up the stairs. So, it would seem our first encounter for this episode is indeed a fake. For many UK residents, the Long's Arms pub in Wiltshire is considered one of the most haunted pubs in the country. The current owners of the establishment, Rob and Liz Alcock, have experienced a plethora of strange and hard to explain situations. Guests often see dark apparitions or shadows out the corners of their eye, or objects moving for no reason at all. Up until recently, it's always been hearsay. Well, now there's some CCTV footage to back up the claims that this old pub is indeed haunted. Here we can see footage from behind the bar. Take a look at what happens. Watching that again, a glass inexplicably shatters on one of the lower shelves. When the owner Rob posted the clip to Twitter, it set the social platform alight with speculation and theories. Many thought that something must have fallen onto the glass, causing it to shatter. However, watching the footage closely, nothing falls. Plus, the glass is inside of a cupboard shelf. The owner admitted that he was fascinated by the footage and couldn't stop watching it. One of the eeriest accounts to come out of the pub was when a customer noted a young boy sitting quietly with another couple eating dinner. The customer commented to Rob on how well behaved the little boy was during the dinner. However, Rob had to tell the customer that the couple had been eating dinner all by themselves. There was no little boy with them. Other customers have reported being pushed in the back of the head by ghostly hands, and also a strange man has been spotted on numerous occasions picking up apples in the backyard in the middle of the night. But when they search the property, there's no one ever there. So is this old pub really haunted then? Judging by the customer reports and now this eerie footage, it's hard to deny that something strange seems to be happening on this property. This next chilling piece of footage was sent to the YouTube channel Fourth Wall by an anonymous user. They said they were walking through a cemetery late at night in Japan when they heard some strange noises coming from one particular monument. That's when they took out their phone to film the event. Watch what happens. Watching that again throughout the clip, you can hear a strange murmuring or moaning. The camera holder is startled when they spot a dark shadow standing by the monument. Eerily, it seems to just vanish from sight. No one seems to know what's being caught on camera here. Some have suggested a ghost or spirit, perhaps an apparition of the person who's buried inside this very monument. Others thought the murmuring sounded like chanting, suggesting the black figure was a monk or priest. But if so, how did they just vanish into thin air? This is truly a mysterious piece of footage that no one can definitively explain. Let us know your theories in the comment section down below. This brief clip was uploaded to TikTok by f.paranormally. It appears to be an excerpt of some footage taken from a security camera inside a home. It shows a woman checking her phone when she's suddenly disturbed by a noise behind her. Take a look. It sounds as though the kitchen faucet turns on for no apparent reason. A pot flies off the stove into the sink, then a split second later the cupboard door opens and the woman backs away from the area. While it is possible that this video could show genuine paranormal activity, there's no accompanying information, which makes it hard to know for sure just what it is we're seeing. Unfortunately, until more details come to hand, this clip will have to remain a mystery, at least for the time being. This video was posted to TikTok by I Am Ruby. It shows a photo that was supposedly taken by the uploader's friend. According to the TikToker, the woman took the picture just after having her eyebrows done. When she sent the picture to her boyfriend to show him, he asked her who was in the back seat of her car. The woman insists she was all alone when the picture was taken. Yeah, quite clearly on the left-hand side is a child's face. The uploader believes if you lighten the image, you can actually see two children. However, I can only see one of them on the left-hand side. The child looks pale and ghostly, definitely an unnerving thing to see in the back of your car. While the child on the left is quite clear, let me know if you can see the second child that the uploader believes you can also see. If you can, point it out in the comment section down below. In November of 2021, TikTok user Verdad Expuesta began noticing some strange behaviour happening in his neighbour's house. From his balcony, he could see into his neighbour's apartment where something truly bizarre seemed to be happening. He took out his phone to capture the sighting. Take a look. Shadowy figures appear to be moving at an unnatural pace throughout the home. They zip back and forth. Several days later, the OP noticed more strange behaviour. This time, it appears as though the occupants of the house are walking around backwards. It would seem this eerie activity isn't just at night time either. Here's the house during the day. Again, we can see the shadow figures zipping about the home. Back and forth, over and over. Some viewers suggested it might simply be an active child that likes running around the house. However, others aren't so sure, given that the figure moves at such an unnatural speed and almost constantly day and night. This has left many with the conclusion that we're seeing some kind of paranormal entity, perhaps some kind of residual energy from someone who passed away that used to live in the apartment. Of course, there's not a lot of solid proof of this, and all we have to go on is this eerie behaviour caught on camera. I'd love to get your take on this sighting. Share your theories in the comments section down below. When Reddit user DankyKangsGF captured this creepy clip, they decided to post it to the social media platform, hoping to get some answers. The footage is taken from the uploader's baby monitor, which overlooks their 2-year-old child as they sleep. Take a look at what happens. The uploader believes that it appears as though their child's feet are being pulled by some sort of unseen force. Unfortunately for the uploader, many viewers agreed. If you take another look at the clip, it certainly does seem as though the child's legs are being wrenched in some way. But what do you think's going on in this video? Do you agree with the viewers on Reddit, or is there another way to explain what's going on here? Let me know your theories in the comment section down below. In 2018, Leonardo Luna was experiencing some eerie things inside his apartment. He kept finding objects were moving or falling over for no reason. He captured some footage of the phenomena and sent it to the YouTube channel Paseo Infinito. In this clip, we see footage from inside the apartment. Take a look.
Entonces hace rato empecé a grabar y vi como que se estaban moviendo cosas. Ay. Luna, ven, Luna. Luna, ven, ven. ¿Qué pasa, mami? Ay.
Watching that again, a door on the cabinet moves seemingly all on its own.
Y vi como que se estaban moviendo cosas. Ay.
Then yet more activity is captured.
Luna, ven, Luna. Luna, ven, ven. ¿Qué pasa, mami? Ay.
Could this be evidence of a genuine haunting? The majority of the comments section of the clip seem to think it's real, with many genuinely concerned for the homeowner. So whether you believe this to be real paranormal activity or not is something you'll have to decide for yourself. This footage, uploaded to Reddit by Resident Science 525, was captured in the famed Winchester mystery house. Take a look. Serving as Walt Disney's inspiration for the Haunted Mansion attraction at the Disney parks, the Winchester Mystery House was purchased by Sarah Winchester, widow of firearms magnate William Winchester, in 1886. Sarah soon began expansion of the house located in San Jose, California, and according to some accounts it continued without interruption until her death on the 5th of September 1922. By the time of her passing, the once modest 8-room farmhouse had become a sprawling mansion that consisted of 160 rooms, including 13 bathrooms and 6 kitchens. Ever since construction began on the property, rumours have persisted that it's haunted by the ghosts of those who have been killed by Winchester rifles. Today, the house is a popular tourist destination for those interested in its quirky design, as well as those lured by tales of paranormal activity. This creepy footage was captured in front of one of the house's many staircases. It shows what appears to be a transparent figure crossing from left to right. While the footage is brief, there does indeed appear to be something there. The uploader claims that it was captured in an area where there's no windows or air vents and no other reflective surfaces. So what could this strange figure be then? Considering the house's bizarre history, could it be possible that this clip has finally captured evidence of one of the ghosts thought to haunt this peculiar property? This next video on our list is definitely a blink and you'll miss it style clip. Posted to Reddit by Cold Deck, the uploader claims to have captured video evidence of a ghost on the side of the road. Take a look. While there's very little accompanying information watching the clip, there does appear to be something there, but whether it's a genuine paranormal entity or simply an optical illusion is up for debate. These two stills taken from the footage best show the figure in question. Looking at the first image, one could easily think that the ghost's long dark hair is simply a branch of a nearby palm tree. However, if you take a look at the second still, you can see that that's not actually the case, as the figure now appears to be standing some distance from the tree. The figure looks to be female. It's pale and transparent and appears to be wearing a long white dress or gown. The figure certainly resembles the classic depiction of the Weeping Woman, a type of ghost known the world over from many different folk tales. She is often said to wander the earth in sadness, searching for her lost children. Unfortunately, as there's very little information available on this brief video, it's not possible to come to a definite conclusion. Like many videos of this nature, it will have to remain a mystery. Infamous paranormal investigator Michael D. McGee has shocked and baffled audiences with his alleged encounters with the supernatural. For nearly a decade, Michael ran a YouTube channel that documented bizarre and unexplainable events that would often occur inside his home. Michael believes it's not the home that's haunted, but rather he himself. Since 2009, he's claimed that a number of entities or spirits have attached themselves to him. He's moved more than 5 times, and yet after every move, the activity always begins again. There's well over 100 videos on the channel documenting paranormal activity inside his houses. In this first clip, we see a camera with night vision that's been placed inside the living room overnight. Before long, things begin to move. activity doesn't just seem to happen at night either. Here in this vlog during the day, we can see some more strange movement.
Get out, get out, get out, get out.
Over the years, Michael's channel became known for its high-quality captures. Here we can see Michael setting up an experiment with a basket full of fruit. Watch what happens.
If there... What'd I say? I didn't move, hands in shot. It's amazing.
Several days later, Michael replicated the experiment, this time with the TV remote control.
Whoa. No.
We see a close-up of the remote showing that there's clearly no strings attached to it.
No strings attached.
In another clip, we see some stationary footage of the kitchen as objects fly about the room. In this last clip, we see another stationary camera placed in Michael's bedroom. Take a look at what happens. As you can see, a shadow moves through the room. Then one of the power cords moves before Michael wakes in a fright. So is Michael D. McGee really haunted? When the channel was in full swing, the footage certainly caused a lot of controversy and intrigue, with some of the evidence even making mainstream headlines in the UK. As with anything in the paranormal world, there's believers and skeptics. In 2017, Michael put up a video explaining he's going to be stepping away from the channel and winding down his investigations. He said it was due to personal reasons and that it was getting too hard to maintain a full-time job and run the channel at the same time. He said he'll update audiences from time to time. His last video was over 2 years ago. The channel's well worth checking out. It's full of fascinating and eerie captures that'll definitely keep you up at night. I'll put a link in the description box below. Go check it out and make up your own mind whether Michael D. McGee really is haunted by some kind of unknown presence. When a guard at the Kadena Air Force Base in Okinawa, Japan thought they saw something unusual on the CCTV monitor, they had to rewind the video and watch it again to be sure. After a second look, they were puzzled as to what they were seeing. The footage, which was uploaded to YouTube by Jose Cruz, focuses on an intersection just outside the base. It's unclear what time it was when the video was recorded, but the sky is inky black. Just behind a road sign in the bottom left corner of the screen, a dark shadow begins to slowly amass. At first, it looks like any ordinary shadow. However, as it grows darker, it becomes clear that something more sinister could be happening. Take a look.
You see?
Yeah, I see the shadow moving.
You see how it moves?
Yeah,
in
it's
this
right,
corner?
it's right behind the sign, yeah.
And it's gonna fly away in a little bit.
Roger, go ahead and take care of yourself, copy.
Right there, it's going.
Where's the look at?
Hold on.
You wanna see it again? I'll rewind.
Hold on. Rewind it and pause it.
Okay.
Watching that again, the dark shadow raises itself from the ground and flies across the road.
You see?
Yeah, I see the shadow moving.
You see how it moves?
Yeah,
in
it's
this
right,
corner?
it's right behind the sign, yeah.
And it's gonna fly away in a little bit.
Roger, go ahead and take care of yourself, copy.
Right there, Sloan.
Look at.
Hold on.
You want to see it again? No, rewind.
Hold on. Rewind it and pause it.
Okay.
It hovers for a moment before returning to the center of the street.
It's coming though. Really? You saw it?
Yep.
Oh, that's game over. Let's see.
The on-duty guards had no explanation for the strange event, but are convinced that a ghost was to blame. Eerily, this isn't the only military base in Okinawa that is rumored to be haunted. Camp Hansen is a United States Marine Corps base. Inside the compound at the infamous Gate 3, many soldiers have reported some strange activity. It's said that every so often a soldier dressed in World War II fatigues approaches the gate. He's covered in blood with a cigarette hanging from his mouth. He asks the on-duty guard for a light, then vanishes from sight. There are reports of this gate being closed altogether because of this haunting. It's alleged some Japanese guards refuse to be posted there. There are thousands of reports of paranormal activity all over Okinawa. Many believe there's a link between the hauntings and the deadly conflict the island saw in World War II. The Battle of Okinawa, which began on April 1st, 1945, was the bloodiest battle of the Pacific War. Estimated casualties sit at over 240,000. Could this mass loss of lives be the reason for all the ghostly sightings on the island? Many paranormal experts believe that when sustained trauma takes place and lives are lost, a residual energy can remain in place, causing what we know as a haunting. This theory suggests that ghosts are a sort of echo or energy loop, a memory that plays over and over, permanently etched into reality. So what do you think about this theory? Could the ghostly sightings all over Okinawa be evidence that the theory is true? Drop your thoughts and opinions on this in the comments section down below.
Roger, go ahead and take care of yourself, copy.
Right there, Sloan.
Look at.
Hold on.
You want to see it again? No, rewind.
Hold on.
In October 2020, the investigators from the YouTube channel Signs and Signals decided to explore a supposedly haunted church that was built sometime in the 1800s. While the location itself is rather creepy, all seems relatively normal at first.
Anybody here tonight would like to make some communications?
That is until one of the investigators asks if any paranormal entities present used to play the piano here in the church.
Did you used to play piano here? We would love to hear you play again. Can you play your favorite song?
At first, it's hard to spot, but a shadowy figure can be seen peeking its head through the doorway at the rear of the church.
We would love to hear you play again.
It seems the investigators didn't notice it at the time and decide to continue exploring the old church.
Do a little. Those hers down there.
Not long after, they hear a sound coming from one of the back rooms.
Come on, just play the piano one more time for me. What's that? Dude.
They find a cupboard door seems to have opened all by itself.
Dude, the door's open.
Then, as the camera holder turns away, they see a chair positioned at the end of the corridor. However, if you take a closer look at the chair's position earlier in the video, you can see that it's actually changed. Could this be the work of some sort of resident paranormal entity? Then, in July 2021, one of the investigators decided to return to this very church. This time, he was all alone. As he makes his way around the creepy building, he manages to catch something unsettling on camera. Take a look.
Is anybody here with me? Chair.
Watching that again, one of the chairs in the room where the dark figure was seen in the previous video moves, seemingly all on its own.
Chair.
Bravely, he decides to go in for a closer look.
What the man?
As he searches the area, he finds 3 books on the floor. Possibly Bibles, these books look as though they've been knocked off the nearby shelf.
That's like they flew off the shelf. Yep. There's totally somebody with me.
The investigator continues his exploration of the old church when suddenly he hears something in the distance.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do in here. Oh, what the? See, somebody's in here messing with me, dude. Somebody in here messing with me. I'm just in here taking pictures.
Unable to find any reason for the mysterious music, the investigator becomes distracted by a loud banging noise coming from another room.
Oh, hell no.
Then, as he does, the piano starts to play once again.
Oh, hell no.
Understandably, this is enough to send the investigator running scared from the building, and the video abruptly ends. So what would you do if you found yourself in this situation? Would you stay there to try and see where the music was coming from, or would you hightail it out of there as fast as possible?
I'm just in here taking pictures. Oh, hell no.
This eerie video, captured by Eerie was uploaded to the Instagram account Viral Cack. It seems to show a passenger being welcomed aboard a plane shortly before takeoff. As the camera holder makes their way down an aisle, pay attention to one specific seat on the right-hand side. Watching that again, it appears to be occupied by a dark, shadowy figure. The figure then briefly turns its head as if looking back at the oncoming passenger. As the camera holder gets closer, the figure suddenly seems to disappear. What do you make of this mysterious footage? Could it be possible that there was already someone seated on the plane? If this was the case, then how did they just vanish? Take another look at the footage and let me know what you think's going on here. Sticking with freaky selfies, this next one's a doozy. It's another photo that often gets passed around social media and old forums with very little info attached to it. It comes from the early 2000s, and the story goes that this girl was taking some selfies in her car. She was all alone and didn't notice anything unusual at all. That is until she sent one of the photos to a friend. The friend replied immediately in a panic, wanting to know who the person in the back was. The girl didn't know what the friend was talking about, but when she double-checked the photo, her blood ran cold. As you can see, there's a figure in the rear window. It looks to be floating with an ominous scowl on its face. Some versions of the story say the woman went missing shortly after sending the photo to her friend. Unfortunately, like the previous photo, there's almost no info to go by. So for now, this photo and its story will have to remain a creepypasta, an internet myth that floats about ominously, much like that ghoul in the rear window. This next video is definitely an eerie one. It was posted to Reddit by Ben Taylor and shows a railway employee who decides to investigate a strange sound coming from underground at Crewe Station in the UK. Take a look.
We're not left there. Do you know what it is?
I do, yeah.
Just lift it up, Park London. I ain't scared again, dirty.
The sound is probably best described as a type of ghostly wailing. As the employee approaches the area where it can be heard the loudest, it suddenly stops as if whatever's making it is aware that someone's nearby. Then, as the employee leaves the area, the noise begins once again.
Stop! Do you not hear it? Stop!
Stop, yeah. Come on, Bob. Get out. I'm going because we've got to do tricks anyway.
The poster notes that the area was searched the following day by transport police, but they were unable to find any explanation for the strange sound. The following night, the eerie noises returned. Other employees claim that they too have heard strange sounds in the area. Some even saw objects moving about on their own. One employee described the area as very haunted and said they were glad that they were no longer based there. So what could be responsible for making this unnerving sound? Take another listen and let me know what you think it is in the comment section down below. Redditor Correct.1826 believes he may have captured evidence of a ghost in his living room. According to the poster, his wife passed away 3 years ago. He snapped this photo while rearranging some furniture. If you take a look at the image, there certainly does appear to be something on the couch. It looks to be a figure sitting upright, wearing a long robe or dress. While several viewers thought that the anomaly might have been caused by light, the poster was convinced it was his wife's spirit paying him a visit. He noted that she loved flowing dresses and that she actually passed away in that very spot. While it's difficult to prove that what we're seeing is indeed the spirit of the poster's wife, what matters most is that it brings him some comfort in such a difficult time. This next clip was uploaded to the Instagram account Unanswered Universe. It shows a security feed at a local pizza shop. Several workers are standing around when something bizarre happens. Watch. Watching that again, slowed down, the pizza slicer flies off the oven and hits one of the employees in the head. Most viewers believe that something paranormal may be happening here. Given that it was taken during a shift and the employee's reaction looks genuine, many believe this could be the work of a poltergeist. One commenter thought perhaps that the oven conveyor belt that cooks the pizzas may have caught the pizza slicer as it moved, causing a slingshot type reaction that flung the cutter across the room. However, looking closely at the footage, it doesn't look like the conveyor belt is actually moving at all. So is this genuinely something supernatural, or is there another way to explain this bizarre event? Take another look at the footage and decide for yourself. This photo was posted to TikTok by a haunted detective. They claim that the photo was captured by a friend of theirs who was walking several dogs along a hiking trail. The only two present were the dog walker himself and the person who took the photo. At first, nothing seems out of the ordinary. However, if you take a closer look, there's something rather unnerving in the background of the picture.
So, here's the picture for you. As you can see, something behind him doesn't seem quite right. He was alone. There was no one else around other than him and the person who took this picture. Let's zoom in a little bit. Excuse me, what?
A creepy figure can be seen peeking out from behind the wall. It looks as though it's a woman with dark hair and a pale face. She appears to be wearing a dull, worn-out dress, looking as though she's not even from this time period.
That's crazy. Like she's not even wearing clothes from this day and age. This is on top of a mountain. You're telling me that someone got on top of a mountain with an outfit like that from like the 1800s?
While the figure certainly has many ghostly qualities, it's hard to know for sure just who this could be, as there's no information on where the photo was actually captured. Could it be the ghost of someone that died in this very location? Until more info comes to hand, this photo will have to remain a mystery. Back in 2017, YouTuber Mr. Spouter began experiencing some strange activity inside his home. At nighttime, he could hear mysterious noises and things began moving around the house for what seemed like no reason at all. He eventually started filming the activity so he could prove to others that he wasn't going mad, and that some truly bizarre things were indeed happening around the house. In this first clip, we see the OP exploring his house after hearing some noises.
Neb as well. What's that? Fucking something now. Freaking myself out, man.
Eventually, he catches this on camera.
Something up there. What the f? What the f?
Although he runs off laughing, it sounds like nervous laughter, like someone who's been scared and can't quite explain what's just happened.
What the f?
In a second clip, yet more banging has woken the YouTuber up.
It's like something on the stairs. You can't hear it though. I can. Yeah. It's weird. It's not next door. It's like...
As he's exploring upstairs, the camera inadvertently catches something in the background.
So every time I look, there's nothing there, though. On the stairs, quick. Nothing there.
It can be hard to see at first, but if we slow it down as the camera pans back and forth, there appears to be a shadowy figure standing in one of the rooms. It's a solid black form that doesn't seem to catch any of the light coming from the camera. It's as though the homeowner can't see the figure either. In a comment, the uploader clarifies he believes he's been haunted by something for quite a few years. He said he's had to move house several times now, and each time he does, the activity slowly builds up and eventually becomes too much to live with, so he has to move and start again. So according to this information, this dark figure might be somehow attached to the uploader himself. Many viewers said it could be a demon or some kind of dark energy. They also noted that throughout the videos there appears to be a lot of orbs flying around the house.
You can't hear it though, I can. Yeah. It's weird. It's not next door. It's like...
Eerily, this channel only has these two clips uploaded and nothing else. There's been no real update for over 5 years, making many worried that something may have happened to the uploader. So until further info comes to hand, this eerie encounter will have to remain a complete mystery. While the previous clip may have been a fake, this next one proves to be a little more mysterious. In April of 2017, worshippers in the Church of Santa Ana in the western Mexican state of Jalisco witnessed something so mysterious that many described it as a miracle. The bizarre event was captured on camera by a churchgoer during Easter celebrations. Watch what happens. Slowing that down and zooming in, you can see the head of the statue of Jesus Christ shift its head. When news of the moving Jesus statue broke, it made headlines all around the world, with many hailing it as the beginning of the second coming of Christ. One of the witnesses, Estela Gomez, told local journalists he believes Jesus is sending some kind of message. However, the priest of the church, Juan Antonio Guare Lule, remained a little more level-headed and said it may have just been a coincidence. He said that the statue normally rests inside a glass coffin and that it was moved for the Easter celebrations. It's possible then the statue simply moved slightly after being shifted from its usual spot. For many locals though, this event remains a remarkable phenomenon, a message from Christ himself, a moment that will stay with them forever. This next chilling encounter was captured by photographer Martin Nevaez as he was exploring an old abandoned church in October of 2016. While the uploader doesn't explicitly state which church it is, a number of people in the comments have identified it as the abandoned church in Gary, Indiana. The clip begins as Martin shows his followers around the dilapidated building.
It's a little dark outside. It's pretty cloudy. It's rained all day today. I'm going to show you guys my favorite place to go.
He gradually makes his way down to the basement into a space he calls the Red Room.
The Red Room is a place I go once I'm done shooting for the day. Just to kind of look at pictures, see if I need to retake anything, re-edit anything.
Along the way, you can see pentagrams and the numbers 666.
Downstairs in what I call the Red Room. When you turn the light off during the day, it's got a nice tint of red. I'll show you.
Once in the basement, he spots something truly unsettling. Watch.
Come down here, it's peaceful, it's quiet. Oh my God.
At first, it can be hard to see anything, but if we brighten the image and slow it down, you can see that there's someone sitting on the chair. They turn and start walking towards the camera holder. Terrified, Martin runs away.
Oh my God.
He finds a spot to hide and we can hear someone walking around in the darkness. Eventually, he finds his way out to safety. There are multiple layers of freaky to unpack here. Firstly, viewers have noted that when the torch is shined on the person, it's as though the light doesn't hit them. It looks like a solid black form, lacking any detail. The fact that the person doesn't reflect light at all has led many viewers to dub it a shadow figure or even a demon. Even without venturing into the realms of the paranormal, this is a freaky encounter. If it's just a person, then what are they doing down there all alone, sitting eerily on a chair in the basement of an abandoned church? And why did they chase the camera holder? If it was simply a homeless person or another urban explorer, I don't think they'd quietly turn and run after someone holding a camera. They'd likely say something or try to identify themselves. So whatever way you look at this encounter, it's downright terrifying. I'd love to hear your take on this. Share your theories in the comment section down below. When Redditor Burke Barber bought a restaurant in Albuquerque, New Mexico, they probably didn't expect it to be haunted. Since purchasing the venue, many unnerving events have occurred, including dishes falling by themselves and lights mysteriously turning on and off all by themselves. One time, the floor in the restroom was wet, but when an employee returned to clean it, it was suddenly dry. However, the creepiest piece of potential paranormal evidence comes from one of the security cameras. Take a listen to the chilling sounds that can be heard. Some listeners think it sounds like a demonic voice. One viewer even thought they could hear the voice saying, "Help me." While it's unclear what was responsible for the unnerving sounds, the fact that they seem to have been recorded while there was no one in the building makes it quite disturbing. So what do you think could be making these bizarre noises? Could it really be a resident spirit or demon, or is there another explanation? Unsettling Michael is a YouTube channel based in South Korea. The owners of the channel, Tichi and Michael, explore properties that are famous for being haunted or known for unexplained phenomena. In this clip, they explore an old abandoned house in South Korea that's rumoured to be filled with supernatural energy. Immediately, we're left with a sense that this property has been left abandoned for some time.
뭐가 있기는 있네. 뭐가 있기는 있어. 야각에 뭐가 있긴 있네. 잠깐 실례 좀 할게요. 있어. 건실비리죠.
Not long into their exploration, they find some kind of charm on one of the walls.
입춘대길 만사형통.
Before long, they begin to hear strange noises inside the house.
뭐야? 건들지 마세요. 건들지 마. 건들지 마세요.
In one of the rooms, the camera holder thinks he sees some shadow figures moving about in one of the windows.
뭔 소리야? 나 잠깐 들어와 보실랍니까? 나 잠깐만 들어와 보실래요? 가지 마시고 나 잠깐만 들어와 보세요. 빼꼼빼꼼 쳐다보지 마시고 가지 마시고 들어와 보세요. 어디가 가지 마시고 잠깐 들어와 보실랍니까? 잠깐만.
Things turn extra creepy when objects start to move in the house.
갑자기 오효요. 잠깐만요. 놔두시고. 감사합니다. 놔두세요. 이거 자 뭐야 왜 이거 왜?
Watching that again, a fishing rod slides eerily up the wall, seemingly all on its own.
잠깐만요. 놔두시고. 감사합니다. 놔두세요. 이거 자 뭐야 왜 이거 왜? 이거 뭐 어떻게 되더라고요 지금?
Then, Just moments later, this happens.
우리 말로 해요. 우리 말로 해요.
The chair slides quickly towards the camera holder.
우리 말로 해요. 우리 말로 해요.
갑자기 와버리네. 씨발 졸라 놀래네.
Later, as they continue to explore the house, they notice the fishing rod that moved earlier is now in a different spot on the floor.
이게 빠졌어? 응? 이게 빠졌네.
Now, if you thought all this activity was scary enough, one of the freakiest encounters actually happens earlier in the exploration. At around the 4-minute and 32-second mark, something truly unsettling happens. Watch.
이빨, 오메 깜짝이야. 잠깐만. 오메 깜짝이야. 잠깐만. 오 깜짝이야.
The zipper slides along the bed as if moved by some unseen hand.
이빨, 오메 깜짝이야. 잠깐만. 오메 깜짝이야. 잠깐만.
Eventually, all the activity becomes too much for the explorers and they decide to leave the house.
뭐? 깜짝이야.
Unfortunately, there's no info on the history of the house, but it certainly seems like something paranormal is happening here. Could the charm they found on the wall have something to do with it? Did the former owners perform rituals inside this house? For now, all we have to go by is the extraordinary footage that's been captured by these brave explorers.
이빨, 오메 깜짝이야. 잠깐만. 오메 깜짝이야. 잠깐만. 오 깜짝이야.
This next photo has unknown origins, but is often passed around old paranormal forums. It shows a mother taking a selfie while her child is outside with their hands on the glass door. The freaky thing is, there appears to be a dark shadow looming over the child. It looks like the head and shoulders of a person. Stories linked to the photo say that the young child is often heard talking to someone when alone in their room. When asked who they're talking to, the child simply points to a corner of the room, but there's nothing ever there. So could this shadow be some kind of paranormal entity that's attached itself to the young child? Unfortunately, there's very little info regarding the photo. No one knows who the mother is or where the picture was taken. So for now, all we can do is speculate as to what that ominous shadow really is. This creepy video was uploaded to the Instagram account Unanswered Universe. According to the description, the footage was originally captured by someone whose mother was minding their only nephew. The nephew supposedly told the mother that he had met a boy and was playing with him. Take a look at this eerie CCTV footage captured inside the house. You can see that there is indeed another child present. After the nephew enters the room, the top of another child's head can be briefly seen. The mysterious child's head appears once more just before the nephew returns to the back room. If the nephew really is an only child, then who or what could that second figure be? Children have vivid imaginations and many of them claim to have imaginary friends. However, this video shows that there's a very real, or at least very visible, second child present. Is it possible that the nephew's newfound friend is actually some sort of paranormal entity? Take another look at the clip and let me know what you think this is in the comment section down below. This mysterious video was posted to Reddit by Mushi Mushi. The uploader claims that they captured the video shortly after getting married in 2019, during a trip to northern Washington state to visit their partner's family for Christmas and New Year's. While there, their partner's parents decided to take them to a place in the mountains called Ladder Falls. The area is secluded and far from civilization. After spending some time exploring the trails, they made their way to the waterfall. In the summertime, the waterfall is the centerpiece of a sound and light show. However, in the winter, there's no one around, so the show is discontinued. The couple took a video of the waterfall, noting how thunderously loud it was and how beautiful it looks surrounded by snow.
That's only worker stuff up there, I think. I think it goes back down.
The following day, the uploader was watching the footage and was surprised by what they could hear. Mysterious music could suddenly be heard on the video. Their husband even asked where the music was coming from. Take another listen.
That's only worker stuff up there, I think. I think it goes back down.
They submitted the video to a paranormal YouTube channel where several viewers pointed out that if you're wearing headphones while listening to the clip, you can only hear the music on one side of the headphones.
That's only worker stuff up there, I think.
All who have viewed the footage have been unable to offer an explanation about where the strange music is actually coming from. The fact that the music can only be heard on one side when listening with headphones makes it even stranger. So what do you think's causing the unusual tune? I'd love to hear your theories on this in the comment section down below.
I think it goes back down.
This next haunting comes from the TikTok account Domadios. In mid-2021, followers were terrified as they went along for a chilling ride watching Domadios document his alleged encounter with a shadow figure. In this first clip, we see some eerie movement inside the apartment.
I'm literally like shaking right now, and my door keeps on moving by itself. There's like no windows open or nothing, and I'm definitely home alone. Like, what the, oh my, what the hello? Hello?
He searches the room, but there doesn't appear to be anything there.
What in the heck? Hello? I swear you better. What the fuck? Hello? You better not be pranking me right now. What the hell? Oh!
A few nights later, the OP was awoken by his bedroom lights turning on and off.
I literally just had that door thing happening, and now I have that happening. There is nobody in there, and now I have my freaking lights going on and off when I'm trying to sleep. This is absolutely ridiculous. This has been happening for the past 5 minutes. And like, how is anybody supposed to sleep? What the?
While the light's flickering is eerie enough, if you watch carefully, there's actually a faint outline of a figure by the door. Again, he searches the room to no avail.
I really don't appreciate this. It needs to stop.
Then, in this final clip, we see something truly unnerving. Watch. There's a shadowy figure standing in the room. Once again, the uploader searches frantically for evidence of something being there, but as before, there's nothing there. Many viewers said it had to be a shadow person. Shadow figures are an unsettling phenomenon witnessed by thousands of people all around the world. Those who claim to have had encounters with these figures say that a black mass or shadowy entity was in the room with them. But when they look more closely or search the room, there's nothing ever there. Sufferers of sleep paralysis often say when they wake up in the middle of the night unable to move, a dark figure is often nearby watching them. Those experiencing insomnia often witness strange black forms out the corner of their eyes as well. Eerily, shadow people have roots in many religions and folkloric tales around the world, suggesting that people have been encountering these beings for centuries. Ancient texts describe these figures as demonic entities or shades of the underworld. However, some modern paranormal investigators have a slightly different take on shadow figures, suggesting they could be a glimpse of beings from other dimensions or aliens from other worlds. Whatever the case may be, it's certainly unnerving that thousands of people from all over the world swear they've witnessed almost the exact same thing over and over again, dark forms lurking in the corner of the room. So could Domadios have captured one of these beings on camera? It certainly fits the description. Domadios hasn't posted an update since June 2021, leaving many viewers concerned that something might have happened to him. YouTuber Alan Valoy believes that this video may show a ghost messing with their son. Captured on a baby monitor, the footage shows the boy as he moves around in his crib. Take a look. Watching that again, it appears as though the child is suddenly knocked over by some sort of unseen force. While it does look as though the child is pushed suddenly from the darkness, it simply could be the boy playing around. So you'll have to decide for yourself what you think's going on here. Take another look and make your own mind up. Our last clip has been terrifying people since 2015. It was captured by YouTuber Resonance 2001 at the Lincoln Cathedral in Lincoln, England. The OP was there sightseeing and filming the enormous church at night time when they spotted something unsettling. Take a look. Watching that again, you can see what looks to be a young girl's face peeking around the corner. When the camera holder looks around the corner, there's there's no one there. All the while, the cathedral's bell tolls ominously in the background. This enormous, early Gothic-style cathedral was built in the High Middle Ages, with construction commencing in 1072. In 1349, the plague swept through the city of Lincoln, indiscriminately killing men, women and children. The Black Death took such a toll on the city that bodies began to pile up. There was very little room or enough resources to manage the burgeoning health crisis. Officials realised that the bodies needed to be blessed and buried on consecrated grounds, so they decided to hold a mass burial near the top of the greenstone steps at the cathedral. Local legend says that on the anniversary of the mass burial, the ghosts of the plague victims roam around the grounds of the church, seeking salvation for their eternal suffering. Then there's Queen Anne's Well, a small stone structure at the rear of the cathedral. Urban legend states that if you walk around the well 7 times, then place your finger into one of the holes on the side of the well, you'll be judged by Satan himself. If your soul is pure, then all you'll feel is the devil's breath on your finger. If you've sinned, then your finger will be bitten off. And while these ghost stories are fun to tell your friends at night time, many locals believe that there's a thread of truth that runs through these old legends. To this day, witnesses claim they've seen mysterious figures on the grounds of the cathedral. Transparent shapes, shadowy entities, and disembodied laughing are a regular occurrence on the grounds at night time. So now that you've heard the legends, what do you make of this YouTuber's footage? Could this young girl be a plague victim roaming the grounds looking for help? Take another look at the footage and judge for yourself. Well, that's it. That's the end of the episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you can't get enough of the scary videos, then check out those 2 links there for more. Leave us some comments down below or smash that thumbs up button. It really helps us out in the algorithm. And that's it for me. I'll see you all next time. Peace.